everybody come on in. Come on in, everybody come on in. Come on in, everybody come on in. Hey, hello, hola, konnichiwa, ni hao, assalamu alaikum. Best of all, say welcome back to my Super Church show. This is Nameless Fame, and I'm your host, Azika Yao, also known as Carolyn Pompless. So, what is the message for you all today? Today is Sunday, March 17th, 2024. Currently 3:12. 3:12. So 1, 2, 3. Get it? Okay. So that was my message or my confirmation to speak today. Okay, so what is the message for today? If you missed the last episode, it was regarding about a couple years ago when I lived in Miami. I had a penthouse, and around me there were people who were leaving messages, right? They were leaving messages near my car or around my car, on my car, and they were writing ISIS. And those were obviously gang stalkers, but I consider them good gang stalkers because they were leaving me hints, right, of who I was or who I am or who is very much like me or has similar stories as I do. And so, yeah, I can relate to ISIS a lot. If you have been following me or following my story about documenting my mutant stage, and yeah, it's a lot. It's been a lot. So, why am I on the live today? I'm on the live today because I have a specific message for someone. I also mentioned in the last episode that I was hospitalized, and this message is specifically for my former roommate. My former roommate, this message is for you if you are listening. Your medicine is not working. That is what I got, okay? While I was sleeping, I got a message. It's 3:22 or 3:21 when I looked at it. Your medicine is not working. I had a dream about, they were saying that they had to change your medicine because of X, Y, and Z, and you were being stubborn about it, and bad things were happening because you were stubborn. Why am I sharing this? Well, while I was there, I was having a lot of deja vus. So I knew it was meant to be. I just knew that I was supposed to be there. All right, so let me say this. All right, I'm gonna give y'all. So in my dream, this young man is like, he's not a gentleman, but he's asking on how to be a gentleman. So we're telling him 444. We're telling him how to be a gentleman and everything like that, right? So he gets up off the table and and he started serving us food from the cafeteria or from the, you know, the chef or whatever. So that was the dream, right? And then I remember waking up, I'm telling everybody about the dream, and I was like, oh, that was so weird, yeah, da da da. And then I get there, I get there, and we're playing a board game. And one of the questions were, what movie has a spoon in it, or the main character says, what is the spoon? And obviously I never heard of this. I never let me restate that. I do not recall hearing a movie where the main character talks about having a spoon or asking about the spoon. However, with my quote unquote reading, or my subconscious knowing the answer, said The Matrix, right? Or let me tell y'all the truth. I didn't say it out loud, but I was thinking it in my head, all right? And no one knew the answer. Well, someone knew the answer, but they got up from the table and everything. They got up to go get something, and when he got back, the guy who asked the question said, "Well, since y'all are not giving me the answer is The Matrix." And I said, "Oh my God." I literally was thinking and hearing the message or the answer in my head, but I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to sound stupid. So it's like, yeah, okay. Then we were playing another board game. He's reading out loud. He's like, "Oh, what is roll the die?" And he's just like, "What's the die?" So everybody was like, and I froze. I'm like, "Oh my God. I remember you saying that." Like everything was coming back to me. I'm like, "I remember you saying that. What? This is like deja vu." It was just like, "Really?" Like, yeah. Okay, cool. Because I remember you saying, "What is the die?" So everyone was explaining to him a die is a singular word for dice, right? So anyway, we were there. That happened. That was another deja vu or weird thing that happened. And then another deja vu. So while I was there was a guy the next day. There's a young kid that came in. The young kid came in, then and that was the guy that I had a dream regarding him not being a gentleman, because I overheard a girl speaking to him and saying that you have to be a gentleman now. You don't even open a door for us. You gotta learn how to be a gentleman. I was like, yo, I had a dream about this. Like, what is going on right now? And so I dream like my serving us food. And then here she goes talking about how you not holding up the door. Yo, this is wild. Am I supposed to be here? What's going on here? And then everybody looked at me and was like, are you psychic or something? I'm like, shit, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but this is weird. So while I was there, I felt like we were all some like mutants from the X-Men, and we were all in this class together trying to calm ourselves down, by taking, RX, right? But but yeah, so the message today is what's the message, Lord? Oh, the other day I saw a black van, okay? A black van can associate with you know who, the secret government, right? The underground society or whatever. That can associate with them, or that can be associated with celebrity, or that can be associated with Um, yeah, pretty much those two, right? Or that can be associated with the the same person who was following me while I was in Miami. Because if you check out the episode that I made about being indigo, there was a young man, or not a young man, but I went to a store and this man was telling me that the, government uses people like me for secret missions and stuff, right? And I'm about to share with you exactly what he said to me. He said, "Young lady, have you ever seen the movie called shit? Anyway, it was a movie that was made like in the 1960s, okay? And oh, there it is. The movie was called Indigo." He said, "Have you ever seen the movie called The Indigo Children?" And I said, "No, I've never seen that movie before. I never heard of it." He said, "Well, I would recommend that you watch The Indigo Children, made in the 1960s or something like that. And that will explain who you are and what is going on." So basically, these indigo children come back, or reincarnated, or quote unquote star seed. They come back to Earth to help the Earth and to pretty much put it back together how it's supposed to be. And I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool. I'll check it out when I go home." Um, Sure enough, I did pay for it on my phone, okay, to watch it, and I never got a chance to watch it. I might watch it later on. And then he said, "I have something more to tell you. Um, so people like yourself, IA uses you for special projects. The One of my best friends actually is an indigo child, and he tells me all the time about the secret, about classified jobs that he had to do for the CIA with his talents, with his gifts. And I'm like, "Oh, okay, tell me more." So, one of the missions that he had to do, he had to teleport or walk through a solid wall. Y'all, listen. He had to port or walk through a solid wall and and listen in to a conversation that was taking place with whoever their target was, or to read the mind of the target, or to manipulate the mind of the target, or to place dreams in the target's head. And I was just like, "You sure you're not describing the movie? What was the movie that Leonardo DiCaprio was in? Divergent, something like that." So I felt like he was describing that movie, and because they were talking about dreams, they were talking about invading people's minds using this machine and yada yada yada, and they just kept going into people's subconscious, and they just kept diving in to the point where they just got stuck in it, okay, in imaginary land or something. But anyway, he basically telling me that but yeah, that's what the US government used his best friend for classified work like that. And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's pretty cool." And when he told me that, I left the store, and apparently my keys in my purse disappeared. Y'all not listening. I went to the next store next to it, next to the store that he was located in, and I'm looking for my keys so I can go home, and I can't find my keys. So I go back to the store, and sure enough, he had my keys. And I'm like, what the heck was going on? How did you even get my keys? Well, you know, I'll tell you later or whatever. But yeah, so I believe maybe 2 or 3 days after that, um, I was driving to the nearest, I guess, park or something, and this black van was following me. So that's pretty much how it ties up to one another. So there was this black van following me, and I received the confirmation to make an episode regarding being an indigo child. So if you go back to my live, the title that I'm referring to is Indigo Children, and I did have videos of the black van. So that black van, I said to myself, oh, it was following me, and it might be the government, and trying to stop the chosen one or the indigo child. Blase blase, and the message that I have for you all that's listening and globally, this is what's going on. So so yeah, the black van that was following me today, I guess they found where I am. They found my new location. Shit. So that's the message for them, that I have a record that they are following me. So watch out. So yeah, I'm done delivering the message. I hope you got a message out of it. So happy new year, y'all. It's 2024. I hope everything's going well. Take care of yourself. Be good. To all my Irish people out there, you know, happy St. Patrick's Day. What else? Yeah, that's it. So let's go ahead and close this episode with our theme song, which is hashtag 123ONLY. 123ONLY. Nameless Fame. Yeah, that's me. 123ONLY. Alright, till next time.